Welcome back to another This Week in Doom. It's me, Nicole.
And me, Tessa.
And today is July 20th, 2024.
Yes. Today, dear diary.
So that you know, because this will take a few days to get out to you.
Right.
And we're, ostensibly keeping this to this week, what's current.
This week in Doom.
Let's start off with what happened immediately after we recorded.
Well, I told you I was listening back to last week's episode and how blissfully unaware we were that we were about to lose Shannen Doherty.
R.I.P. Shannen Doherty.
I woke up the next day, like my husband had gotten up to pee really early in the morning. And he was like, "Oh no, babe,
This one's going to hurt."
He woke me up. He's like, "You're not going to like this."
Uh-oh.
And then he showed me the thing, and I woke up with a Shannen.
No. Our very first episode was Heather's. Mm-hmm. Because for many reasons,
only one Heather
love
left.
Shannen. I know, and she did a cute
I
little
know. I thought that
message.
was I think hers might have been the favorite one that I saw.
Because it was the most honest.
It was very real.
About that they weren't friends, but that she appreciated that she came to terms with.
And I love that. No more pulling your dick.
Yep.
No more pulling your dick.
It was very sweet.
Yes.
So, yes, rest in peace, Shannen Doherty. And the other big one we lost this week, but I mean, Tessa didn't even remember he was still alive.
I did not. I was like, wow, that's sad because I had not even thought of.
But yes, Mr. Bob Newhart at age, 94 or 96?
Yeah, well, that's how.
Right. He lived a good life.
Very good life.
And he is the little angel on the shoulder of Gen X, Zennials, because anytime you're scared or down or you're having a hard time getting out of a funk, you hear this.
I'm going to say two words to you right now. I want you to listen to them very, very carefully. Then I want you to take them out of the office with you and incorporate them into your life.
Well, shall I write them down?
Well, if it makes you comfortable, it's just two words. We find most people can remember them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here they are. Stop it!
So yes,
Stop it!
That was a Mad TV sketch that Bob Newhart was on, where a girl comes in and says she's claustrophobic, she's afraid of being buried alive and all this stuff.
Problems. If you don't stop it, I'm going to bury you alive.
And yes, so that's all we don't have to. It's not that we don't need mental health help.
No, but
we don't seek it because we hear
have
Bob Newhart.
That's
yelling,
I told
"Stop
you
it."
That was literally how I beat the sharks in the shower panic in my life. That weird,
telling you.
stop it. Stop it.
I've told my kids, I'm like, you have to have this inner voice that you need to talk to yourself,
right?
And when I'm like, yeah, I get anxious about stuff, I get sad about stuff, but you have to have a little conversation with yourself in which you tell yourself to stop it.
Stop it. 2 words. We can remember them.
So we'll be forever grateful,
of course,
to Bob Newhart for that. And I think those were the only. I think we were lucky
right
this week because there was lots that we had the week before. So many.
I know.
We've been losing them quick. It's this heat.
It's the heat. It's this heat. It's too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
Call the Ghostbusters in control. I'm going to watch that Frozen Empire next week for next week's episode. It's out on streaming on Netflix, I think, on Monday. So by the time you're hearing this, you guys, it's out.
Right. We'll have seen it, and then we'll talk about it.
Speaking of which, what did you watch this week?
Well, I did go back and tell you that I finished that American Horror Story season, which wrapped up in April, by the way.
Wasn't quite as current
as
you
thought.
It
wasn't quite as current, but that's good because then I was able to finish it, and I liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
And I liked it so much, I was like, you know what? Let me go back and because I apparently had started that 1984 one and never finished it. So I was like, well, let me go finish that one. And that one I liked a lot. It's true what they said. They made Richard Ramirez hot, and that was maybe inappropriate.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Make
that
serial
was probably
killers hot.
Like he was pretty hot. And then so I finished that one, and then I also watched the NYC season.
Did you like that one too?
I did. I liked that one, but it was almost as if like it was posed as
an American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, like kind of, it wasn't it was kind of the same times.
Yeah, and I never finished Apocalypse, and I don't think I've picked it back up.
No, that was the one I was even
since.
closest to finishing, and I never even went back. When I went back, I was like, oh, I started this, let me finish it.
So yeah, maybe I'll go give that a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I liked all 3 of those ones that I mentioned were all good. Like you probably...
And those are on Hulu, you said?
Yeah, they're on Hulu. Probably, I don't know how much you'd like the NYC one in comparison to the other 2, because it was a little more like dramatic.
Oh, I don't like
I know,
drama.
that's what I'm saying. You're going to have way more fun in the 84 one, and the other one, that Delicate whatever, is good.
Yeah, somebody suggested, I asked for some suggestions online, and someone suggested that, oh God, what is it called? Not This Is Us.
Oh, I don't...
That romance drama with fucking Blake Lively. And when I went and looked it up, it's like a commercial comes on every day that's like the worldwide phenomenon. It ends with us, I think is what it's called. And so it sounds like a horror movie.
Like a fucking no.
It's like a Lifetime drama, but
which I like,
a feature length Blake Lively Lifetime drama.
Unless there's like baby snatching,
it's like abusive relationship romance drama, and I was like, no, I'm good on that. And she was like, but it's really good. And I'm like, sorry, it's not.
I don't
it's
know.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't know if that tempts me.
You'd have to pay me.
You would have to pay me.
But I did finish My Lady Jane on Prime, which I told you, if you're a horse girl, if you've ever wanted your husband to turn into a horse at night so that you can ride him off into the sunset.
Like, that's what I was thinking when you were saying she kind of made a face. And it's not like
she wants to fuck the horse face,
exactly.
But it's
what
like,
she wants
but no,
to do
but
is
stay
like ride her husband.
You're a big old stallion. I want to ride you
like
off into the sunset.
Yes.
And they definitely left it where, if this is the only season they get, you're not going to be disappointed in the ending. You're going to go, okay, that was a fun 1-season show. But they gave some little tastes of more stuff that could be coming up in season 2. So I recommend, if you like action comedy, kind of dark comedy, I think it was a good one.
It was good.
I liked it.
Good. Yeah, I just went back and watched old shit instead.
Did you watch any other movies or TV new this week?
No.
I've got 2 more.
Oh, did you? Yeah, the only ones that I watched because I was so pleased to see them is I watched 3 of the Jaws movies. I was like, ooh.
Because they were just available to watch.
And I watched 3, The Revenge, and then started 2 but didn't finish it. It was just on in the background.
No.
And I was able to hop in the shower and wash my face with my eyes closed because I was saying in my mind,
Stop it!
Stop it!
So the next one I watched was I started on Netflix Dead Boy Detectives, which I believe is a comic book. Originally, the characters were Neil Gaiman and somebody else developed these characters. But this show is, I think he's just a producer. Like, he gave his name to the credits, but it's directed and written by somebody else using his characters.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was okay to watch it in spite of whatever. I don't know. That's not something we're going to get into, but there's been some Neil Gaiman drama lately. And I really hope for his sake and all of our sakes that it's an exaggeration. But,
yeah.
But.
A
lot of times it's not. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know these people.
I
don't have any stake
people.
in this game. I just, you hear what you hear.
Don't, but you like that one.
But I did. So far, I'm 5 or 6 episodes into an 8-episode season. And it's if you liked the new Sabrina.
Which I did a lot.
It's like.
Except for the ending.
Neon noir.
Okay.
So there are parts that are very noir and dark, but there's also it's supernatural.
Right.
It's 2 dead boys and their psychic friend that they meet who...
They have Psychic Friend Network?
Well, she can see them because she's psychic or whatever.
Gotcha.
And it gets a little bit dark. So it's sort of a young adult series, but it also... When you find out how these boys died, because one died in the 80s and one died, I think, 100 years ago or something like that.
That's weird.
And they both died by... I don't want to spoil it, but they say at a certain point... overzealous boys did something to all of these people that caused them to be in their situation. So, like, they didn't necessarily get cold blood murdered, but boys who were in the height of their testosterone phase did something that caused all of these people to either be dead or traumatized or whatever.
Interesting.
So it gets
intriguing.
Yeah, but I like it. I like all of the actors in it, except for the one kid that's the one who died like 100 years ago. He looks like he's 50. But I guess it's because he's supposed to look like a teenager would have looked 100 years ago.
Right.
So I guess it's just that, but and he's so British.
He's extra so British and works in a field.
Yeah. But that's a good one. And then I also started, now I've only watched one episode of this. I meant to watch more, but I still want to recommend Scavengers Reign on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is, a friend of ours recommended that, and we sat down and watched the first one, and I was telling Tessa, it's like Eon Flux meets Studio Ghibli. Mm-hmm. It's like these people have crash landed on a planet, but all of the life forms on the planet are useful in some way, like a tool.
Yeah.
So like one animal's an air mask, and one animal's a light bulb, and one animal or like a plant that they can use as wiring. But it starts kind of, we don't know what's happened yet. So in episode 1, it's just these people have crash landed, and you're kind of getting to see
what
they're dealing with, but you don't know how long they've been there, why they're there, how they got there, any of that. But I thought just visually it was really good, and it was interesting.
Cool.
And I didn't watch any movies this week. I wanted to go see Longlegs.
I know,
but I wanted to see it in the theater, and it just didn't happen.
I know. I wanted to watch that that other Russell Crowe Exorcist movie.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it was terrible. But I just want to watch the Russell Crowe being Exorcist adjacent again.
Well, now that I heard about that Oddity.
Oh, I know. I want to see that.
Now I want to see that. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about this, but go look up the trailer. There's a Shudder trailer for Oddity. Mm-hmm. And it looks freaky.
It looks like super moody. That Caveat one that they were saying the guy did, or whoever did also the movie Caveat, where I was saying that little bunny.
Oh, yeah. That's
that movie.
Both.
That movie was fucking weird.
Okay.
That movie was fucking weird, so I could only imagine. So I have that as a reference, because I did see that. And, like, it's all, I don't know, it's all, like, weird and broody and moody, and it's not, I don't know, it's like...
And did you notice, does it come out in the theater, or is this a direct-to-Shudder thing, or...
I think it said it'll be out in theaters, and then... Probably Shudder. Pretty shortly after it'll be on.
So, yeah, I should have probably looked up when does that come out.
On Shudder. Because I got Shudder. I watch shit on there all the time.
We had it for a little bit, and then, I don't know, it expired, and we just didn't renew it.
And it lapsed.
I have a note on the side to mention something about VHS, that there was something you knew something about.
The VHS series, there's a whole big bunch of them, and all of them, for the most part, I like. At least one or two parts from all of them. But Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel are doing one, and I think she's directing it. I don't know if she's in it, and I don't know if what his deal in it. I don't know if they wrote it,
right?
And she's directing
producing,
or just whatever. So they're doing one segment, and Justin Long and his
brother, pretty sure,
are doing one, and I think he's gonna be in it. So you already know
he gonna die.
He's gonna
or get turned
fucked
into
up
some sort of
something.
Fucking
He never has a good time.
He's gonna get tortured. Something's
Justin
gonna happen.
Long, Scream Queen.
Yes, I vote Justin Long for Scream Queen.
He's totally like every time he's about to show up. That was what was that movie I watched that I told you about, and I saw that he was in it, and I was like, and it was something in a dark house, or something about in the dark,
something like
in
that.
A dark place, and it's like a short movie, but he goes home with Kate Bosworth, I think it is, after the bar, and like shit gets weird. But as soon as he was there being all Justin Longish, I was like, you're fucked, dude. You're fucked.
Something else that came out new this week that I know we both saw that's movie related is the newest trailer for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
Yes,
so
an even longer take.
What do you think? It looks ridiculous. I'm still stoked.
I know, exactly.
It looks dumb as hell.
Precisely.
Still stoked.
I'm still very excited. We got to see a little bit more of Justin Theroux with his little, that foppish.
Yes.
I'm so here for it. I want to give whoever decided to put him in a cravat a fucking
bonus
pat in the
of some
back or
sort,
something.
yes.
I don't know. Like whoever chose that was tits on.
So yeah, I'm still down. So we were planning on, we're going to, in the end of August, before this comes out in LA, there's this Beetlejuice experience thing, which I believe is mostly a photography opportunity.
Right.
So they're going to have a bunch of rooms set up where it's super cool, and hopefully we'll be right around the time the movie comes out, be able to post some cool photos of us. And the plan is for us all to go see it in theaters and dress up. But it's also
dress up for the
it
thing
better
or
be
something.
fucking cool enough. We should for sure dress up for the photography thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I bet you I could pull together a casual Delia Dietz with just some hair placement, a jacket with pointy shoulders. Right. You know what I mean? And like even if it was just like my Beetlejuice shirt under like a suit jacket and like tie some gloves around my head.
Something. Ooh.
Accessories, you know?
Accessories.
Wear a sweater as a skirt.
Sure.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Just give a nod without having to get fully like.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like just a nod and homage.
Totally. And
definitely
you gotta, of course,
for that,
do
now
Lydia.
That we're going. Well, yeah, and I could put my hair forward and do the bangs or whatever. I was also kind of thinking I maybe wanted to do Beetlejuice, but
oh, okay, that'd be a good one too.
Because it's a little hot to be Lydia.
See, that's the thing is, what's it going to be like end of August? So like,
it's a little hot.
I don't want to go full drag,
right?
If it's hot. Did you see? So Elvira, they did at the Academy Museum. We missed it. Thanks for letting us know, Aaron. But it was so hot.
It was too hot to do anything.
And that was my thing. Is I was like, are Elvira and Peaches Christ really going to get into this full drag for this event? Well, I tell you what, Cassandra Peterson did not.
Oh, she did not?
She did not show up as Elvira to watch Elvira 35 millimeter because she's what, 70? Yeah, 69, like, something like that.
This. It was like
I mean, she's gorgeous, but she showed up in Cassandra Peterson drag. Like she did not. But Peaches, she had her biggest Elvira wig.
I bet.
In the photos. And I'm I feel like if I were her, there'd be a part of me in the back of my mind that's here hosting this Elvira thing, and Elvira shows up out of Elvira drag when and it's 100 degrees outside.
I'm not going to come at Elvira.
No. But Peaches as like a 6 foot tall man under there in all that wig and makeup and whatever. Oh my God, there had to be part of her that's corsetry. Like, are you fucking for real, Elvira?
Right? You could do this. I did this. You could do. You were sitting in that pool. Like another thing. She should never ever be seen sitting anywhere that looks like the side of my own fucking house.
Yeah, she posted a thing of her in an inflatable pool with like a. What was it? Like a clamarita or a fucking...
she had no, that's not what this is, but it was like,
It was like some tall can of...
Yeah, it was like a Budweiser clamarita.
It's something like that. And I'm like, I guess, I mean, trashy has kind of always been her brand, but not necessarily trashy in a blow-up pool on the side yard.
No, not with the fucking Clamato Michelada, Budweiser Michelada, on a side of the house that looks like the side of my house. It should never look like that. It didn't even look fucking haunted.
She needs to, well, she's a lesbian now.
Well, that's true. That was all that wood.
She's being real, man.
Her wife chopped it.
She's like, this is the wood my wife chopped. This is the pool my wife blew up. I will proudly sit in this above ground blow up pool and drink my clamarita my wife bought for me.
Clamarita.
I don't know if that's even a name. I don't think
Clamato.
It is. Clamato.
So it looks like a clamarita.
But it's called, I can't remember. It's supposed to be like a Bloody Mary, but yeah, it's a Michelada, but with Clamato. Clam chelada.
Clamarita.
But yeah, so I'm excited for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Corrections movie related. So I said last week that I didn't think Maharasha Ali was still doing Blade.
Right.
A listener, Brett from Dissect That Films, asked where I heard that. I could not find.
Right. Could not find
where I heard that. And not only does he still, as of June, seem to still be attached, so is Mia Goth.
Oh. Is she still with Lil Shine?
You know, I looked that up after I watched Pearl, and they're very discreet about it. Like, they were gonna get divorced, and then it never was final, and then they were seen together with their baby because they have a kid together.
Well, that's what I was saying. That was my next question. Is my follow-up was they got a baby.
We're going to have a segment called Ask Google.
Right, because that's what you...
Are Mia Goth and Shia LaBeouf still a couple?
Couple of what?
According to Today's Show, after 4 years together in September 2018, a representative told People magazine that they'd filed for divorce. The separation is amicable and all details pertaining to the divorce proceedings will remain private, the representative said in a statement. In 2021, Goth and LaBeouf seemed to reconcile during the pandemic.
So that's the last word on that, is as of the pandemic, they appear to have reconciled, but I don't think he shows up on the red carpet.
Chained to the radiator.
I hope she got Pearl on him. I hope she got fucking Maxine on. Well, I haven't seen Maxine. You didn't see Maxine yet.
I haven't seen Maxine yet.
And did you
either.
see X and Pearl?
I've seen X and Pearl.
I watched X and then I decided, because all this hype and I hadn't seen them. So I watched X and then I tried to immediately watch Pearl, but that means I started it at like 1 a.m.
Right. And you fell asleep.
And I thought I went to sleep after, like, I must have woken up at some point and watched the very, very end. And so I, in my mind, watched it all. And the next day my husband woke up and was like, so how was Pearl? And I was like, it was good. And then maybe a day or two later, I told him, I was like, you know what? I don't think I saw the whole middle part of Pearl, because the last thing I remember is the scarecrow part.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The only thing that I remember from that movie is that scarecrow part, and only because there was that episode of Tales from the Crypt with Patricia Arquette, where she was like the Fabian foundling of like the farmer and his wife, and he was like trying to get at her, but she was out there humping the fucking scarecrow. So the guy dressed up as the scarecrow.
Maybe I did.
So she would go out there and hump it.
Yes, that sounds kind of familiar.
And then he got killed with a pitchfork by his own wife, because she was like, it's not real.
Oh, shit. That's right. I think I do remember that one.
Yeah. And she was like, he loves me.
So yeah, I got to go back and watch Pearl, but I have not heard great things about Maxine. I've heard that it's the worst of the or not
three.
The worst, but the weakest. Of the
worst or the weakest of the three.
And I also, apparently Mia Goth had some writing credits on the first two, and she did not on this one.
Oh,
so this was a fully Ty West.
I mean, like I said before, like neither one were particularly mind-blowing.
No.
Like it wasn't.
I mean, they were all right.
I told you before, I like House of the Devil better. If we're talking about Ty West movies. Oh, that was the other thing. He did VHS. He did one of them.
Oh, he did one of them. Yeah, and I don't think I'd seen any of his stuff. I think we talked about that last time.
Well, you have, because you've seen X.
Well, now I have. But I mean, before that, I don't think I had.
Right. But I mean, like, they're good. They're okay. But no, I haven't seen Maxine. I do want to see it. I'm just not.
I'll see it eventually. But first, I got to rewatch Pearl.
Right.
They're doing so apparently Rob Lowe teased a possible St. Elmo's Fire sequel.
Oh, here we go.
All right, Andrew McCarthy. Was this all part of this fucking ploy as you're trying to...
Oh, Andrew.
Because what else is there to even know about what happened to the characters of St. Elmo's Fire besides did Andrew McCarthy and Ali Sheedy's characters hook up?
Is Mayor Winningham
excluded from everything?
From everything.
She's still around, right?
She's like, I don't
She's
want
still
nothing
with
to
us?
do with you. She's still. We
better double check. Knock on wood for Mayor Winningham,
right?
But like, of all the movies of that era starring any of those set of people, St. Elmo's Fire is the one I least would give a shit about. These people are horrible.
I know.
Like, every character in that. I mean, Ali Sheedy was okay. Andrew McCarthy, I guess, was okay, but he knew Judd Nelson was cheating on her ass the whole time. He didn't tell her, even though he was in love with her. So, I mean, they were all just shitty college kids.
She's out here. She's 65.
So, yeah, you better invite Mayor if you're doing St. Elmo's Fire.
She was married to Anthony Edwards.
Oh.
Oh, she was married to Anthony Edwards in 2021.
Oh, just recently they got married.
That's her fourth husband.
Oh, my. Mayor. I would not get married 4 times. How does that even happen?
She has a child named Happy Atticus.
Shut up.
No, bitch. It's right here.
Happy
Atticus.
Spelled like happy.
Yep.
Oh, no. Like Happy Gilmore? Is he named after Happy Gilmore?
Maybe because they made
him
so
he
happy.
or she? Don't know.
Let's see. Doesn't say.
And speaking of...
Son.
Oh, son. Speaking of sequels or reunions, Melrose Place maybe getting a 30-year later spinoff.
That's interesting.
And now we liked the 90210 one they did.
Right. I liked that. And I feel like, I mean, like I'm saying, if Dr. Kimberly Shaw does not
Well, and I'm pretty sure. Okay, now let me look this up because I said it before and I saw a clip, but I got to make sure it's an actual like podcast. But I'm pretty sure that Dr. Kimberly Shaw, what's her real name?
I don't know. Remember. It's Dr. Kimberly Shaw,
Daphne Zuniga, and Courtney Thorne Smith. I believe they have a podcast together talking about the show, and so those three will for sure, if it's the three of them, be part of the reunion.
Who's still around? Is Grant Show still around? Billy Shoe's out. Andrew Shue. His name was Billy on the show.
I haven't seen him on anything. The
only thing that I've seen of him recently was that. Remember that they were like on a news show or like a morning show or whatever, and they were having an affair with each other.
We're back to Kelly.
Oops. And like they got caught having an affair with each other, and then they like broke it off with their spouses. Now they're together and they got married or some shit. Well, she was married to Andrew Shue, and now Andrew Shue and I guess the wife of the other couple in this entanglement are now like dating. And that was the last I heard about Andrew Shue.
Okay, so I don't think the podcast is hosted by those three. It's actually hosted by Laura Layton, which is, I believe, that the younger redhead, not Dr. Kimberly Shaw.
Yeah, she was on there.
Can't remember her character name.
90210.
And so, but she had all of them on as guests. So I would imagine those four, because it's about Melrose Place. So those four for sure have got to be involved. But so if you want to check that out, it's called Still the Place podcast, a Melrose Place rewatch podcast hosted by Laura Layton.
They all have one now. They all have
this
one
one's
now.
Laura Layton and Daphne Zuniga. And Courtney Thorne Smith. Okay, you had to expand the little bio thing. So it's just those three. So Dr. Kimberly Shaw was just a guest, I guess. Okay. So yeah, so that's out there. What do I have? Do I have anything else? My corrections for Blade. Oh, so my husband had mentioned last week that Tears for Fears was dropping new music. Right. So I was like, "Oh, let me go listen to this new quote unquote Tears for Fears, 2022, you guys." So new for Tears for Fears,
right?
But not. There's not currently dropping an album, as far as I'm aware, and it was good. But of course, it's not. It's not old Tears for Fears. I'm always gonna love that more,
of course.
But they pop up every now and again in weird things, like. They were on an episode of Comedy Bang Bang. Like, they've been in random stuff.
Right. They're just out,
just totally
doing
weird.
Tears for Fears things.
I don't know if I have.
We both did go listen to the Chapelorona.
Oh, let's talk about the Chapelorona.
The Chapelorona. I told you, she has a song. I fucking typed it out. She literally has a song in which she says her name.
My name is Chapel. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kim told us, and she told us in her own song.
Yeah, Make it in Manhattan.
And her name is Chapel, not Chappelle.
And some of her songs are like real fun little party bops, and some of her songs are not fun little party bops, but they're good.
Yeah.
And yes, I did enjoy a lot of like Tori Amos, Kate Bush, and her voice and her little
for sure
whatever. So I liked it. I did, but yeah, Chapeloronas.
So we got lots of recommendations from Nico for things to watch next. But a lot of these things Nico recommended are not anywhere close to new. I mean, they would be new to us, so it just depends. But if you guys have something new, like new that's available streaming, like
right.
Not something we have to go in the theater and see.
Please.
Something that's easy for us to find that you think is worth our time, or that you think we're going to think is so bizarre or terrible that we'll have lots of shit to talk.
Right.
But that's not going to waste our time. It's not something that's 3 seasons before I waste
my time.
Let us know on the Doom hotline.
Yes, give us a call. Leave us a message.
702-720 Doom
3666.
That's right. You can call or text 702-720 Doom. You can hit us up in our email, doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com. You can go to our website, doomgenerationpod.com, I think.
Doomgenerationpod.com.
We're all over the place. Just Google us. You'll find us. But yeah, let us know. You got a new movie, TV show, music video, just anything media.
Or something,
that's not going to take us longer than a week to consume or to at least get into to talk about the next time.
Exactly.
Because we can continue like I did with My Lady Jane, where I'm like, is it, okay, I started it, I like it, but is it worth it?
Right.
I'll let you know next
week. Can I work it? Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. She just had a
She's
thing, yes.
aging in reverse. Did you see those photos of her? She sure did.
Yes.
She put that shit down and reversed
Yes,
it. Age, time.
She just played, it was like her birthday show. We should have fucking gone. It would have been fun. But it was like the thing she did. She was out there in LA and it was like a free, like her birthday party was free out in the park. But it was like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something. That's how come you could do it. But then she also had the concert. I was like, oh, we should have gone to see Missy Elliott.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I love Missy Elliott.
Down and flipped it and reversed it.
We could do a little dance like that little girl. She's not a little girl no more.
I know. She's all grown. We're old.
We're old.
So yeah, give us a call, send us a message, and until next week.
We'll talk at you next time.
Later, Doomers.